It's a challenge. It is a challenge, and there will be times where we will be under an awful lot of pressure, and we will have to manage that.
Well, this is the grand opening of the project office. I'm privileged enough to have the role project director. It's been fantastic. So I was appointed in mid-2011 and I've been working on the project solely ever since.
Jeff is new to the project team and we recruited him specifically for this project.
Quite nimbly. It's probably harder to cable one. So Stephen's been my boss through the whole process. My Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you like.
No, he never gets it. I'm Yoda. Go! Go.
I'm Viola Lu. I'm the coordinator of facilities. When we create a team, we get all the different people from the different disciplines to bring them together for the same goal. That's the most important thing.
I told myself to do an operations workshop to get the inputs of people who actually run our facilities.
I'm Nick Adams. I work for Arup. One of the important factors with this project is sustainability. Rather than follow a rating system, is to develop our own, and that's really unique.
The carpet that we've selected is the most sustainable carpet on the marketplace.
It's hard to describe how excited we were at the beginning to actually be in right at the very beginning and to have some input into the brief. It's a random pattern, it's dialogue mergeable, which means that you can take a carpet tile away if it gets damaged, put another one in its place, and no one would notice. We've been gathering discarded fishing nets from some of the major fishing ports around the world, and it's recycled, and we're able to lift the environmental footprint of the installation by 90%.
We're going down to site to have a bit of a walk around, actually. We've got some operational guys coming down with us, people who are, I guess, going to be running the facility and I guess ultimately help us shape the fit out.
You really can get a feel of how the space is going to turn up now.
Somewhere that you can bring a client, have a quick coffee.
It's a great point in time for the construction of the project, so it's all concrete and dust and materials everywhere. Standing in the space on site is a really terrific feeling. We're in the ground floor business centre. This is one of the most exciting spaces in our entire fit-out. People come in, they can go straight into there, they can get an iPad and a coffee, and then the staff will drop down and meet them in that space. The other thing we'll do in here as well is we'll have quite large functions, so sit-down meals, where we can have 120 people in a sit-down dinner.
We were originally asked to provide an environment where BHP Billiton can engage with external visitors in a more informal setting. And because we needed to have the floor area being reconfigurable, the emphasis had to be on the ceiling. That was the real opportunity to have something that was a focus.
The boardroom is basically, in my mind, it's the engine room of the entire facility. Even the selection of projectors was really important for us. So it comes back to it, simplicity, accountability and performance for those spaces.
My name's Christian Strybosch. I work for Hayworth. We supplied all the workstations and task chairs.
We worked with Christian from Hayworth for a period of 12 months, resolving the design elements.
We had some metal silver-coloured screws underneath the desk, and BHP pushed us to come up with a better result, and now we have a white wing nut. That's the sort of detail that BHP Billiton pushed us to go into.
We'll head out now to the prototype.
I travelled with BHP Billiton representative to our Shanghai manufacturing plant. We did a Skype call with Stephen and the project team. We had the final mock-up viewing.
Number one is the work surface.
From what point to what point?
Just move on to the power and the data.
We don't see any cables.
A really important focus for us was cable management. So we worked with Hayworth really closely to come up with a solution.
Is it exposed the power board, or is it?
It's 20.
If you stand on any one of our floors and look across the entire floor, you won't see a cable hanging down.
The casual observer would just see a nice, simple workstation.
going back to our charter, simplicity. We try to apply the simplicity as much as we can. A lot of new technology that is coming in place that we want to make sure that from user perspective is not overcomplicated.
The system that we're putting, which is a FIM system, it makes it a lot more easier for them to manage the tenancy, operate it, and fix things before they even become broken.
So FIMS is basically the central nervous system of our facility. It turns everything on and off. It helps us control routine maintenance and do all the important things that we need to do every day.
This is a very complex system, but ultimately it has to be used on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, having a very detailed design actually simplifies the overall solution.
The wireless network, and it's going to open up a lot more flexibility for emerging technology devices.
We've got 3 different subsystems here. We've got the name tag system. These name tags are installed on the workbenches of the employees, and they wirelessly communicate. This helps in move management and saving a lot of wasted space.
Obviously, there's a lot of presentations that are taking place. So we'll have a video conferencing capability, and we need to make sure that it's nicely integrated and as simple as possible to use.
We're very happy now because everything's come together, all the little pieces are connected, and we can see devices basically talking to each other, which is a very, very good sign.
Do I need to label myself? Yeah. I'm ready for the relocation, Will. I'm ready to be moved. After 2 years, nearly 2 years of being in the project office, we're about to turn off the lights, close the doors and head down to 171. So fantastic effort, really looking forward to getting over there. Good night.
We're moving, and this is now the D-Day. This is the time that we've planned for the last 2 years. It was great on day one. A sea of orange, we called it.
5 minutes to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
In an hour's time, the first of the 500 staff come into the office. We're going to be ready in less than an hour's time.
We really wanted to make sure that employees were met with a huge smile, and we wanted to make sure that they felt comfortable, that this was their home.
Is it going to work?
I think it was seeing the faces of all the BHP Billiton team coming in on the Monday morning.
The fact that there were many people up early there to greet us and to help us in was gratifying.
Being greeted by the team at concierge through the foyer into the fully fitted out tenancy. It was brilliant to see their faces, and it brought on a lot of pride.
It's incredibly gratifying to see people moving around the building, working in the building.
And them really getting to see their new work area.
To touch and to feel and to see it.
Being proud of it themselves.
It's probably like the best thing that ever happened.
It seems more inviting, it's more open. I think the rounded desk will be easier to work at.
Very stunning as you walk in. It's just like, wow.
That's a fine being.
The sense of history, you really get that here on Collins Street, because this is where our first office was.
The vision for it was it's a space where people who don't know each other connect.
Yeah, you guys, you too.
I walked in at lunchtime. Here's Mike Henry, here's Mike Fraser, Carolyn Houston and Jane McAloon, all dispersed amongst the people, having a good time, having a laugh.
I've managed to have lunch with a group of people that I might not have come across. I don't think I will want to go home. It's a beautiful space and it'll work really well.
The vision has been absolutely realised today. I couldn't be more stoked. I love the fact that we're part of the history of this organisation. In 50 years, people will reflect on the fact that we returned home at that point in time.
I've done this many times, and not always have I got it right. I'm still not sure whether I've actually got any of the offices right. It's an office about just people working in there. To me, it's more than that. There are other people who have used the office as well, like the cleaners, the caterers, the electricians, the handyman. And perhaps it's the holy grail of office, which is, can I satisfy everyone's wishes in an office? And I'll be very happy if everyone comes to the office with a smile on their face and ends each day with a smile on their face as well. And then I will have achieved my objectives, and I'll be very happy, man.